Hey everybody, this is Eric Gales, and I'm telling you this, that did just happen.
Hey guys, what's going on? It is Front Row Joe here at the Funky Biscuit in Boca Raton for the show of the man that I've been waiting to see for a while. This gentleman right over here, Eric Gales, coming straight off the Keeping the Blues Alive cruise. Thank you again for taking some time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. No problem. Glad to do it, man.
Thank you so much. And speaking of the cruise, great lineup. Who were you excited to see on that boat this year?
I mean, basically, all of my colleagues were, really. It was really refreshing to see, all of us in one sitting, and it was awesome, man. Everybody. I can't say one more than the other. Everybody was awesome, man.
Yeah, kind of like a family reunion because you've been around the block. You know a lot of people, play with a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to see everyone again.
Yeah, and what'd you take away from this cruise? I've been on a couple of those music cruises. It's great as a fan, certainly, to see the artists walking around, snapping selfies and all of that. And then you talk about the camaraderie, seeing old friends and playing with them and all that. What'd you take away from this cruise?
Man, just the unity of everybody, being joined as one man, everybody smiling faces, everything just, coinciding together, and everybody having a good time, man. I took away that music is something that I believe that can make this country great again.
Brings everyone together, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's really cool. Well, let's talk about the new album. Dropped when? Just a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, February 8th it dropped, and to my surprise, it debuted #1 on Billboard, man. And I walked on that boat with my head very confident, with confidence, and because I worked quite a long time to reach a point of a #1 spot. And I got to tell you, it's just exhilarating, man. It's a warm feeling of accomplishment to know that hard work doesn't go unheard or unspoken. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, the Bookends is I think it's at the peak of what I have right now, and there's definitely more to come, but I'm very, very, very pleased with the Bookends.
Yeah, well, it couldn't have happened to a more talented guy, better guy. The Bookends, though, let's talk about that title, because again, fans like to kind of postulate and theorize about what that means. Why the name The Bookends?
The name The Bookends come from my intention was to take the parameters of all different styles that I like and I'm influenced by, and show how they, inspired and influenced me. So you take one end, or just imagine being in front of, say, a bookcase, and you got a row of books, and you have, and the titles are rock, pop, blues, funk, R&B, classical, jazz, and everything else in between. That's kind of the concept that I was looking for, and this record takes you on a voyage in pretty much all of those different places, and it particularly fits in between the bookends.
Yeah. So grab your library card and go to town.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And a lot of a couple notable collaborators on this. You got B. Slade, you've got Doyle Bramhall II, and Beth Hart. How did that all come about for this album?
Man, it just kind of organically came together, man. And as I was coming up with the songs, I was like, man, the song Southpaw Serenade is about being left-handed, so it only fit to have my left-handed brother Doyle on there, and he did a fantastic job. And how the idea of Have a Little Help from My Friends came up with Beth Hart is that I just felt like, I know that we both have similar stories of survival, and having a little help with our friends, and we kind of altered the words a little bit, and we don't have to be sad no more, we don't get high no more, and with the help of really good, powerful support group and circle of friends, things will be okay. And B. Slade, man, just took it way over the top, man. And B. Slade comes from a more gospel R&B world, and I thought the fusing of the two would be great, because I'm highly influenced by that style as well, and I admire what he do. And he definitely brought, I think, an expectation of myself to me to another level, with just his presence. You know what I mean? So It was awesome, man, to do the collaborations with each and every one that was involved.
Yeah, yeah, and you talked about it, bringing other artists in that up your game. Certainly, B. Slade. I was reading that Matt Wallace, the producer, wanted to push you and maybe a little more vocally as well, and explore that. Is that's a fair statement then, huh? That's
a very fair statement. Matt Wallace is an awesome guy, man. We connected from the first day we met, and he told me, he said, "I'm going to push you," and I said, "Let's go for it." And that's exactly what happened, man. And you know, there were times that after a recording we sat there, and actually during the recording we sat there and cried, man, because it was so passionate and it was so emotional, and things just were unfolding in a miraculous way that was so awesome, man. And I will never forget it. It was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, the album is certainly deserving of the #1 spot. It's great, just like you mentioned. It's eclectic, like going through the different categories in the library. You got a little bit of everything, which is really, really exciting. So this is the 19th maybe studio record if you count everything from EGB and PGP and even Lil E, and so
maybe even more than that. But yeah, if you count all that, it's quite a catalog there, man.
Yeah, the Brothers Gale, and so with that extensive catalog, now certainly you're supporting the new record, but you're bringing some of the old ones in to fill the spots as well. What kind of consideration do you give new versus old whenever you're coming up with the set list and what you're going to present?
Man, it just all depends on because really I don't do a set list. I kind of go off the I just look around and tell them this is what's next. You know what I mean? And I really go off of a feel. Sometimes it can be a little bit of the older stuff. I have to say that I kind of more cater to stuff that I'm doing more currently. That's not overshadow anything else that I've done. I think that I'm a fan of everything that I've done. And after 19 records, you try to compile the best 90-minute show that you can. And I think that more and more as the touring goes, I'm gonna try to incorporate stuff and continue to switch in and out different things. But definitely, I have a couple of cover songs that I like to do that is pretty awesome. We have fun with them every night. So it's for them. It's pretty much a guessing game on what's the next song going to be.
Gotcha. Yeah. Keeping them on their toes.
Exactly.
Yeah. James Brown was famous for doing that too.
Very famous for that. Yeah. I guess it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit.
Yeah. I like it. Well, that's great. Know that you need to rest up before the gig, so we'll let you go. But certainly want to know what your That Just Happened over this, again, storied career and all the people that you've had an opportunity to play with. What one That Just Happened moment stands out to you?
One moment that I can recall is I was doing a show in Chicago at House of Blues, and it was almost the end of the show, and the manager of the venue came and said, "Could you play for another hour? Because there's this guy that want to come to your show." And I'm like, "Who?" And he said, "Man, you might think I'm lying to you, but Stevie Wonder wants to come to your show. Do you mind playing longer? We'll pay you more." And I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "Okay, kind of, okay, all right, I'll believe it when he comes in." So they start making and preparing the tables right in front of me, and he was in town that night, and he came, and we played Superstition, and we shut the place down, man, and I will never forget that. Wow. That was a Did That Just Happen moment.
That is a good one for sure. Well, thank you again so very much for the time. Eric, can't wait for the show. Guys, Eric Gales, That Just Happened.
Boom.